Hey guys, Steven here from 101 Designs. So in our previous video, we talked about how to use. I showed you guys how to navigate through Canva and how to access your previous your previous projects and templates and other things and how to invite members. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to start a new project from scratch and how to import images, how to use color, and also how to format your text. I'm going to do all that and how to remove image from a background and add effects. So I'm first of all going to start by opening a new project. So if you look down here, you can see this plus icon. So let me mark it out. See this plus icon here, so you can click on that plus icon and then it pops out a list of different sizes of designs that you can create. So what we need to do is to click on, you can use anyone here, or you can easily just click on customize size. So from the top there you can see customize size. So if you click on customize size, you're going to see an option to input the size that you want. You get, so here now you're going to put in your dimensions. If you have a dimension in mind, if you have something that's probably the person that you're working on a design for give you a dimension to use, then you can input it here. So looking at this here, the first one says the width, which shows the the vertical, sorry, the horizontal alignment of the design, and the height, which is the vertical. So you need to be able to determine the width and the height properly so you can know the size of design that you want to put out. So for example, I'm just going to type in an Instagram portrait size. So for the width is 1080 by 1350. And another thing you need to know is that I'm doing this on pixels. So if you click here, if you click these units here, you are going to see it pops out these different options. So the first one is pixels, second one is inches, while the other one is millimeter and centimeter. So as for me, I'm more familiar with pixels and sometimes inches. So I hardly work on millimeter or centimeter. So you just need to choose something that's you're familiar with and work. So you can also use Google to browse. Let's say you want to convert a design that is in centimeter to pixels, so you can input it and edit. You can just search the height and the width and put pixels to inches, and it will show you there are tools online that you can use to do that. So for this one now, I'm using 1380 by 1350 size. So you see down here the suggestion automatically shows me Instagram posts portrait size. So obviously now if you want to understand this thing, the height is 1350 and the width is 1080, which means that the height is going to be higher than the width. So let's say we want something that has the same dimensions like a square shape. All you need to do is to put the same 1080 here. So if you have 1080 by 1080, it's automatically going to give you a square shape as long as the width and the height are the same. You know, it doesn't matter even if it's 80 by 80, 10 by 10, 2000 by 2000, as long as the width and the height are the same, it's automatically going to give you a square shape. So a square artboard. So here now I'm just going to put in the 1350, then I'm going to proceed to create design. Yeah, so it's here now, and you can see that it automatically shows me different templates in case I want to use different templates. So like I said before, there are different templates, and this is another way of getting templates. So you can see there are just too many templates here in Canva. So you can see there's Father's Day, summer, college, Juneteenth, food, birthday, blue, pink. Just a lot of templates here. You can see styles too. So this one is different styles of, okay, different styles of designs as well. So I don't want to use a template, so I'm just going to go back, click back, and this is our blank frame now. So I might not necessarily do any serious design, yeah, just to show you guys how to import image and how to manipulate your text and do any other thing. So here now you can see from all these options here, we have design, elements, text. So that is where all your tools are located, not necessarily all of them, but that's basically where your tools are located. So each one you click, it pops out something. So this design now is templates, the one that we just skipped. So the second one is elements. So Canva actually houses a lot of elements here. So let me show you now. So you see the first one is shapes. There are different shapes here. If you look by the edge right hand side, you can see all. So if you click on see all, you see a lot of them here. So let me try bringing in one of these lines. For example, let me bring in this one. Okay, so I mistakenly clicked two of them. So now I'll delete this one, and then we have this one now. So obviously if you look from the edge left and right, you can see that there's an option for you to drag. You see, you can drag it. Let's say you want to put it like this, you can drag it, and then you can move the shape around. So this is something you just have to explore, just to explore by yourself. Let's say you are working on something and you want to show a division line with this particular shape. You can just put it here and probably place it, or probably place it at the middle, and then you place probably an icon at the top and an icon at the down. It just depends on what you're working on and how you intend to present your design. So I'm going to delete this shape now, then I'll go back to our elements. So there are different shapes here. These are the circle. These are all the shape we have. The square, rounded rectangle shape, the circle shape, triangle, inverted triangle. There's a lot of shapes here that you can work with. Yeah, so you can use some for pointers. It just depends on how you want to use them. So these are shapes here. So next up we have graphics. So these are other kind of graphic elements. So you can see here we have the location, we have time, we have this one that, let's say you want to like give something like how would I explain this one? This could be like an exclamation or something that shows something bump or something like that. So you can just give this as, use it to buttress, and you can also change the color from down here. So all you need to just know is that when you look down, you can see, yeah. So this is just to like point at something. Yeah, so it's just like to point at something. Then you can also change the color from here. You can see, you can just navigate the color, navigate through this place, change the color to anything that you want. So I'm basically just going to delete this. So let's say you have something like this and you want to delete it. So if you look, you can see that there is an icon to duplicate it and to edit it. And if I click on the other stuff, it takes me down to more options here. Copy, paste, select multiple, comments, show timing, link. So these are just some other elements there. So basically I'm going to delete this one now, and then I'll go back to my element here. So as you can see, that's, I've showed you graphic shapes and graphics. So you can explore other graphics here. There are a lot of graphics here, a lot of them. So if you click on see all, you're still going to see more and more. Graded stickers, there are just a lot of things here in Canva. So this here, if you look at the top here, you can see that each of your recently used shapes and elements will be there. they will be displayed at the top there. So if you continue going down, you're going to see we have AI image generator. So let's try and explore that one too. So AI image generator. So let's wait for it to load. So our image generator has loaded. So all we need to do here is so this says images, and the second one is graphics. The third one is video. So I'm just going to explore one of them. So this is the images. So let me say describe what you would like to create. So let me say I would like to create let me just say a lady holding a balloon. Yeah, so let me just generate image. So you can just come here and just explore anything. So let me wait for it to generate my image. So you can see we have the first image there, second one, third one. Yeah, so these are AI generated images. So I can pick any of them. So let me just go with the first one. For example, you see I can include this image to my design. So let me just use this actually. So let me expand this. Yeah, so as you can see I have this AI generated image. So this can actually work for anything. So let me just leave this like this for now. Yeah, so I was explaining our elements and stuff. So now if I go back to the elements, there are still other options to try. So I'll suggest you just come and explore this, because it's basically not everything I can explain, because there are a lot of tools here, and for the sake of time I cannot actually explain everything for you today. So we have charts, there are audios, there are videos, photos, frames. So I think it's necessary for me to explain frames. Yeah, so let me explain frames now. So I will let me import this circle frame, for example. So let's say I want this our AI image to be inside this frame. So what if you check now, you see if you drag it and kind of place it inside the circle, it's going to clip into the shape, into the circle, and now you can see we have our AI image here inside this particular shape, inside our particular round shape. So you can expand the size, drop it down any way you want. So that is basically what you can do. That's basically what you can do with frames. So there's still a lot of frames. There are different kind of frames. So you check here, there's even phone. In case you want to do a mock-up, there's a device, there's a PC. In case you want to do a mock-up, there's device, there's PC version. You see them, they are all here. There are frames for picture frames and different kind of shapes, both geometric shape and hand drawn shape. So you can see all these ones, they look hand drawn, and some just different kind of things. You can just pick anyone and put your image in it and type in your text and do anything you want to do. So these are like collage. Let's say you want to make a mood board. I think my network is poor. Yeah, so you can explore any of these shapes here. So here we also have this grid shape. So this could work for like a collage or a mood board. So you can see all. If I click on see all, you can see that there are different ones. You can place different images on each particular box here. So next up we have mockups here. So these are mockups. You can change the picture. you can change the picture of you can add any picture inside any of the spaces. Anywhere you see that image icon, or this image symbol, this image representation symbol, you can just swap it with a particular image. So next up is the collection. So these are like a collection of different similar elements, so you can even change their colors in a way. So let me try. So let me bring in this one. So there are different ones. So as you can see, this is a light bulb. For example, if I drop down the light bulb, and okay, let me say I'm holding on it. So if you look down on this color area here, you can see that it's giving me the colors that was used in this particular icon now. So I can change the color to any color that suits me. So let me change the pink color, this orange color, let me change it to blue. You see it changes to blue. So we can hover on any elements. This one, the little bulb, I don't know how to explain it, but the screw area for the bulb, it has this color. So I can go here, and then you see I can change it to yellow, change it to red, any color I want. So you see how I you can see how I manipulated the color of this particular icon here. So same thing you can do for many other elements. So let me exit this collection area. Let me try that for, let's say, charts, for example. Let me try this charts. So charts are basically used for representation. Let's say you have a presentation, it could be an academic presentation or any form of presentation. You can use charts here. So if you look here, it's showing you percentage and line weights. So percentage, now if I draw this percentage, you can see that it's increasing this loading sign. You get, so you can place the loading sign at any level you intend to. So there are a lot of things you can actually do. This is really nice. So you can place this on any presentation and put it at any level that actually works with what you have in your presentation or anything that you're working on. So this is the line weight. So you can, if you don't, let's say for example, the way it previously was, it's too fat for you, you can drop the size down. So this most of these tools are something that if you just go there, they're not hard. You can also come here and edit the color. So if you come here, you can use the color tool to change the color, and then if you go back, you can pick the second color and edit it to any color you wish to. So that's basically that about this one. So if you go back to the element, there are a lot of things here. So you can also edit a video, you can also add a video here. So let me go down here to this place, and then I previously used this one. So let me add another video. So these are different options of video here that they give you, so you can search anyone you want. So I'm just going to search office woman, for example, and then you can see that we have different videos for office lady. So this is probably if you want to add a video, and then you can see, so if you click on it, it plays, and it's actually slow. So I'm just going to delete this one now. Then I will move right next to show you how to add text in Photoshop. So I've navigated through elements. All you just need to do is to come here whenever you want to add certain things to your design. Just know that you can navigate through your elements for section and pick anything you want. So we're heading over to text. So we are here on our text segment. So if you can see here, they said add a heading, add a subheading, add a little bit of body text. So if you click on, let's click on add a heading, for example. So this automatically gives you a bold font, a bold text that you can add anything that is actually your heading. So let's just type our heading should be good day, for example. I don't know why it's changing the formats. It's supposed to retain its bold form. But anyways, that's not a problem. So when you search it like this, you can go here and search for your fonts. You can get a font that is bold. Yeah, or even if you don't want, let's undo the fonts, for example. I can equally go, okay, that's the styles, for example. Then you can still change the format of the text here. So this is the way you can pick the subheading and the heading. So we want it to be a heading font for this one. And then next thing is the font size. So you can equally increase the size of the font using this font size. If you just adjust these handles, you can give a specific size, or you can still drag it from those handles in the font over there. So next up is the color. You can see the color here, so you can change the color to any color that works fine for you. So yeah, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Then the next thing is the format for the text now. So this is our bold font. So I'm just going to click on that B there. So you see it changes it to bold. So if I remove it, it's not bold again. That's bold. The next one is italic. Next one is underlined, cancelled, and then it's give me an all caps. So I'm just going to cancel all this. So this was not, our font was just like this. So I can make it a capital letter, and then I can cancel it. You understand? So there are different things you can just try out. So let me add a subtext, for example. So I want to show you something. Adding a subtext. I'm going to change the color to total black. So I'm just trying. So this is not any serious thing. It's just showing you how to navigate through your elements. So this is it. I'm just going to type you are okay, you are a good person, keep it up. So now looking at this body text here, I want to adjust the font width to not be bold. Should be like this. So now looking at our body text here, you can see that it has a center alignment. That is this. I want to give an example of this alignment segment here. So now we don't want it to be in the center. We want it to start from left hand side. So I'll tap on the other one, and you see it starts from left. If I want it to start from the right, if I want it to be justified like this, so I just want it to start from here, so you can see what it does. I think with the other options down, I can add points to each of them, or I can add numbers. So you see it gives you all these options to play around your text like this. So let's say I wanted to have bullet points, I just use the points. So this is basically what you can see under the formatting of your text. And then the next thing is spacing. So there's a spacing in between the letters. You see there's letter spacing and there's line spacing. So line spacing, if I take line spacing like this, I'm increasing the spacing between each line. I can bring it back up. So then this one is spacing between letters. You can tighten in the space, or you can expand it. So I don't like it being too expanded, and I don't like it being too tight. So I like keeping it moderate, somewhere around this. Yeah, but you need to put it in the specific way where it can still be legible and understandable. So that's that about text. So next up, we're going to go to, let me see if there are more things. Okay, from our text here, you can see that there are different styles of text that you can still use. If they work for your design, or if they work fine for you, you can still use them. Like this 30% off on all products can work for a discount flyer or something. So then from the text again, let me select this one here. I think spacing effects, then text effects. Okay, yeah, here you can add shadows to your text, you can make it outline, you can give it all these different effects here. So I don't really want to use any of these effects, so I'll click on none. And then transparency, you can drop the opacity of your text like this. Let's say you want it to be faded or to be, you want to do a watermark of it on a particular design. You can just drop the opacity like this, and then it's not going to be extremely visible, but I'll just increase it here. So positioning, okay, layers. So there are layers now. So this is where each of the elements that you add to your design has a layer here. So this is the layer of our text. The "you are a good person, keep it up" is the first on the layer. So I can hold on these particular dots, these dotted signs here. On each of the layer, you can hold on it, and then it will give you the option to move the layer around. So I don't know why it's not moving. Yeah, so if you hold it, you can move it around or move it and place it anywhere. So once you hold it, it's going to vibrate. So let's say I want to bring this image to the top. So I hold it and it vibrates. It gives that, so you can be able to coordinate your designs, because sometimes some elements need to be placed on top of some other ones. So you need to just come to your layer and adjust them. So overlapping. So as you can see, this is another one. So I so that's basically the about layer and adjustments of elements. So we're still talking about text here. So positioning, this basically has to do with, the first one is send backward, send forward. So let's say, let me give you an example with this particular layer now. So let me try and add a shape, for example. So let me add a shape. Let me add this shape. No, not this one. So I'm just trying to add something. So let me try this actually. So I want to add this shape like this. I don't know why it's keep popping out this. And I want to stretch the shape like this, for example. And I will change the color to, let's say, this purple. So like this now, let's just say I want the text to be, currently now the text is on top of the shape. So let's assume that the text was behind the shape, for example. That's where positioning comes in. So I'll say send backward. So the text now will be placed behind the shape. So now let's assume now the shape is on top of the text, but we want the text to be on top of the shape. So what do we do? From the shape here, we go down to what? Positioning, and then we'll say send to back. So if I say send to back, you see it takes the shape back and brings the other thing, the text front. So I'll just change this font to white color like this. So this is just to give you an example. So yeah, a good person, keep it, you get. So this is just to give you an example of how to place your elements. So if, for example, you keep placing this shape now in front of the text, the text is not going to be visible. So you need to just position it properly, so the text will go back and the shape will go back and the text will go front. So the other things here, nudge, nudge is like to move it down. It's more like in your system, your arrow keys. So you want to just gradually manually move it up and down or forward and right. So you can just use it, because sometimes you might find it hard to position it properly with your hand. So you can just use this and position it properly. So that's basically that about the elements. So next up, I'm going to show you guys how to add images, and also how to remove the image background, and enhance the brightness of the image by adding some effects to it. So to do that, you're going to click on gallery. So if you check here, I clicked on gallery from down there. So you have to wait for it to load the pictures that are presently in your phone. So I have to wait for it to load. Yeah, so our images has loaded. So I'm just going to pick anyone. So let's say I'll pick the first one, this little girl's image, and I'll add it. So I'll just add it to our gallery here. So our project here. So it has added. So as you can see, based on what I told you the last time, how to bring an image and add it to front. So I think the picture is kind of blurry because it's still trying to load. Yeah, it has loaded now. So now I'll go to position. I want the picture to be on top of this font. Yeah, so on top of the rest of the pictures. Or anyway, let me just leave it like this, big like this, for example. So let me just delete this our AI image here. I'll just delete that. Delete frame. Yeah. So I'll adjust this picture like this. Yeah. So now this is our image here. So I want to remove the background of the picture. So I've showed you how to import your picture now. So to remove the background of the picture, if you click the picture like this, if you look down here, you can see we have stuff like replace. Replace means to bring in another picture. Then style is to like add border weights, but we don't want to do that. Then round corners, you can round the corners of the image. If you look at the edges of the picture, it's rounded already. So that's not what we want to do now. So next thing, I'll click on effects. So if I click on effects, so it pops out. There are a lot of effects here, magic effect, grab effect, but I don't think I'm going to work with the rest. So the first one is the one I want to show you about. This one. This one here, remove background. So if I click on remove background, you see that it automatically removes the background of that picture for me. So it will just take some time. So just one click and to just load. And yeah, so you can see the background of that picture is gone. And this looks perfectly clean. The hairs are perfectly cleaned out and everything is good. So if you look like this, you can see that we have our picture in PNG format. So I'm just playing around with this design. It's not anything serious. I'm still going to show you, do a design for you guys on how to edit flyer in Canva here. So you can see here filters. So when I come to filters, for example, from the down here after effects, you can see filters. So filters, these are different kind of filters. You can give it this one, you can just navigate through the filters and choose, but that's not what I want to do. You can also, in case let's say you pick this one and you want to adjust, you can just tap on it and it will show you either to reduce the intensity or you can increase the intensity. Well, I don't want any of these filters, so I'll go back to filters and then I'll take it to none. So to add your own effects, you can click on adjust and then you see auto adjust. So if you click on auto adjust, it will automatically do its own adjustments for you. But I don't want to use auto adjust, so I'll just undo auto adjust and then I'll click on temperature. So I can hover over all these temperature things, brightness, you get, so I can increase the brightness by myself. That's manually. I can manually come and adjust the picture highlights. So you see it's it adjusts this thing here, so you can continue hovering over all these effects like this. So you can just go through them. Saturation. So this is how you can enhance the look of your picture. So in case it's dark, you can increase brightness and do anything there. So the next thing here is to crop, which is to, you know, reduce, cut out. Let's say you want to cut it out like this, but we don't want to cut it out, so we can just exit this. Yeah, then I'll just undo. I didn't want to crop it. So you can also flip the picture. You can flip it horizontal, vertical. So yeah, then the next thing is animate. You can give it some little motion like this. You get some little motion. Yeah, so you can see you can animate it in a way that it comes in with some little motion like that. So just explore this option. The next thing, layers, you can position it in the layer where you want it to be. So if I want it to be on top of all this, you can do this. You get. So yeah, that's that about removing the image and, you know, um adding effect to removing the image background and adding effect to the image. So next up, I'm going to walk you guys through other stuffs in Canva, like designing carousels, designing slide frames, which is carousels, and also making social media flyers in Canva. So stay tuned and keep watching.